Hello everyone, Ben here with a solo game of Viticulture. Now, normally in Viticulture it's as if you were playing a two-player game, so you only use the leftmost space, not the middle one or the right-hand one in a particular area, and your AI opponent will block off actions according to the little deck of cards here that will just randomize basically where he goes at any given season. Now, this is not quite a normal solo game because I am playing the campaign mode. And the campaign mode is 8 different challenges. And the first one, which is this one, is going to be you do not have a Mama and Papa starting setup card, you just have a Papa setup card. And your Mama card is instead replaced by your choice of 3 vine cards that you've planted out. So you get those instead of the Mama setup card. Papa card is normal. In this case it's 2 money, El Grande worker, and then your choice of either a cottage or 4 money. So this is the first challenge, and when you've played through all 8 challenges, you basically tally up the number of games it took you to get through them all, and that's your final score. So the lower the better. So in this case, we still need to determine what we're going to do for our optional choice here on the Papa card. So we could go for the pre-built cottage, but I think the money might be better because we have 1 worker. We only have El Grande worker. So in order to get money, in order to get more workers, you basically need more money. So I think we'll go for the 4 coins instead of the pre-built cottage, and then buy more workers as quick as we can. Cottage is nice, gives you an extra summer or winter visitor card each fall, but I think the other worker is definitely the better option. So we'll go for that, we'll see how it plays. So first thing we need to do is determine what our wake up action is going to be. And I think, again, because we're starting with so few workers, it's best to go straight away for the neutral one. So you put your little rooster there, you take your benefit, in this case we get 1 more worker, and then you take the little glass bead off, and now you cannot do this action again for the remainder of the game. So basically 7 years in order to complete the game, and you can only do each of these once. So that just goes there, and we'll use those later on for getting bonuses. We're into summer, so the AI will come along and block off spaces. So it's nicely color-coded. In the base Viticulture game, green and yellow are summer actions, and then blue and red, if there was red on the card, would be winter ones. So in this case it's going to block off the give tour to gain 2 money, the build on structure, and the selling of grapes and or fields. So we take our workers, we come to those particular areas, and we block off those spaces. And there. So that means that we cannot go there into those spaces because, again, 2-player games are going to use the left-hand space, unless, of course, we use our El Grande worker to muscle his way in and take it anyway. So we need to use at least 1 worker to come here to train up another worker, which means we could use El Grande on one of these actions. So we could get some more money with a tour. We do have enough to build a structure, but I think we're just going to hold off on that just for the time being. So actually, maybe not. We don't need any more vineyard cards, and we have no summer workers to play, so don't need to worry about that. So actually, yeah, it might be worth then instead saving all our workers for winter and doing just winter actions. So that's what we'll do. We'll skip out summer, we'll come to the fall in the middle, and which is autumn if you are here in the UK. Basically that is, you get your choice of either a summer or a winter visitor card. So one of those or one of those, and I think we'll take winter ones just in case we can use that in winter to gain a benefit. This is each player may retrieve their grande worker, gain one. Okay, so I should point out that in a solo game you can take out, well, you are instructed to take out all visitor cards whose actions can only be used with opponents. This one can be used by yourself, it just gets a benefit if opponents do it as well, so it's still valid for a solo game. And also I am playing with the Moor Visitors expansion, which just basically adds another couple of summer and winter visitors. So that one's useful for further blimey. That card is useful for further on in the game. Right, got the sentence out in the end. So we'll save that for the time being, and we'll just wait and see when we can use it. So again, the AI, because we're now in winter, comes along and blocks off more spaces. So red actions this time, not green or yellow. So 2 more spaces, and it's going to be the draw wine order cards and make up to 2 wine tokens. So we'll block off those areas, which I don't think is going to affect our plans at all. So we're going to have one guy still do training another worker, which means we can't fill wine orders, so we don't need to bother with that. We could use El Grande to actually jump in on those, but well, we don't need to make wine tokens because we have no grapes. We could draw some wine orders, could be beneficial. Don't think we're going to play a winter visitor just yet, so it's basically harvest a field or draw wine orders. Well, let's harvest a field. We'll harvest a field now, and we'll get those grapes maturing in our crush pads. So basically we're going to we'll harvest 2 fields, so we'll do the main action, which is harvesting 1 field, and then with our little bonus token, and this is what these glass beads are for, we will do the bonus action, which is basically +1. So we're going to harvest 2 fields, and we have 2 fields to harvest. So we're going to harvest this field, which gets us a level 1 red and a level 1 white. So we'll put those on our little pads down here, and then we're going to harvest this field, which gets us a level 3 white and a level 3 red. If there were multiples of either colour, red or white, you would basically just add them together. So if you had another level 1 grape here, then that would add to the level 3 for a level 4 grape in total. But those are the ones we come out with, so we've got 1s and 3s of red and white apiece. That was our action, and that was the bonus, so that's fine. We've used all our workers, so we come to year end. We immediately age our grapes that we just made up, so that's fine. Happy with that. We retrieve workers, so we get... Oh, I completely forgot. We actually did this action. So we pay the full money to train a worker, and now we get access to him at the end of the year, not during. So he gets retrieved along with everyone else. Neutral one comes back to the neutral spot. Rooster goes back up there, and then the AI workers come back as well. We don't get any residual payments because we haven't completed any wine orders, and we are at we're at 1 card in our hand, so we don't need to discard down to 7. So that's fine. So new year, and now it might be worth going for the wine order option, so we can actually see what we want to basically accumulate our grapes into. So yep, we'll go for that. So take this marker and we'll get our wine order. And the wine order says we need to we need to have a level 5 red wine. And in doing so, once we fill this order, we get 2 points and then 1 income increase basically. So we're almost there at level 4 anyway, so we need 1 more year to age this. but we do need, yes, we do need a medium cellar. So basically you can store levels 1 to 3 red and white in your pre-built small cellar, but in order to get 4 to 6 and then later on 7 to 9, you need medium cellars and large cellars. So we need to generate money for that and then build that. Okay. Well, let's see what the AI blocks off for starters in summer. So it will block off the drawing vineyard cards, that's fine, we're not interested in that. And it will block off the getting money, which we may want to do actually. So there, oops, there and there. Right. So we've got 2 workers. We could get another 2 money and then train a worker. Okay. Or we could get 2 money and then build that structure, which would be the medium cellar. Choices. I think we'll probably want to get as many workers as we can, as quick as we can, to give us more options. So we'll come in with El Grande, and we'll do the tour to get 2 money, like so. And then, provided we do not get blocked out of there, we will then train up a 3rd worker, and that will set us up for the following years, hopefully. So that was summer. We'll do fall, and then we'll do winter. So I think we'll go for a winter visitor card this time. So we could go for either summer or winter, but because we're going into winter, we'll get a winter visitor just in case it gives us more options to change our plans. So what have we got? Scholar. Draw. Okay, so draw 2 wine order cards, or pay 3 money to train another worker. Now that's good because that's 1 less than the 4 we were going to have to pay normally. And we could lose a point to do both. Now you can actually lose points in the game even if you start at 0, because the track does go down to -5. So that is an option for us. We can lose a point straight away and be at -1 in order to do both of those actions. Is it worth... I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go for that both options one. So actually, we will, in fact, provided the AI doesn't block us. What's it doing? So again, the red and white. There is the little T, which donates a Tuscany expansion option. We're not in Tuscany at the moment, so we're just going to do those 2 for the AI. So filling a wine order card and making up to 2 wine tokens. That's fine. That doesn't stop us doing anything that we wanted to do. So now if we take our worker and we go and play a winter visitor, then we can... yes, and then we can play the scholar, which will mean we draw... So we're going to do both options, so we lose the point to do that. So we draw 2 more wine order cards. 1, 2. And we'll have a look at those in a second. And then we pay 3 money to train another worker. And he goes there waiting to be retrieved later on. So that was everything. And then the wine order ones we've got are more red wines, and then a blush. And blushes are red and white mixed together, which actually isn't too bad, because these 2 are going to mature next... Well, they're going to go up to level 3 next year, age 3. And if we mix them together, we're going to get a level 6 blush. So provided we can get the cellar and then make the wines, we'll be fine to fill that pretty soon. And that one as well with this one. So we need that medium cellar toot sweet. Right, okay. So that card has gone out, and we are done with that one. Right, so year end, so everything ages, all our grapes go up. We have no wines, that's fine. We retrieve workers, so now we have 3 workers to put out on the board. AI ones come back as well. Right, we are still at 7 or less cards, which is fine. We have no income, that's fine too. Well, not fine, but we'll have to deal with it. And now we come to the new year. So, it might be worth now getting some more visitor cards. We could use the money actually. So if we get 1 money now, and then we can give the tour and build the structure, and then make up to 2 wine tokens, and then we'll have to fill the wine orders next year. Yes. So, okay then, in that case then we'll go for the money option. So we'll get that bonus token, and that will give us 1 coin. We do the summer visitor, summer action, sorry, for the AI. So again, Tuscany one gets ignored, so it's give the tour. That's a shame. Well, that's what the El Grande worker is for. So give the tour and plant fields. Well, we're not going to plant because we have no field cast to plant. That's fine. So I did say we're going to use El Grande to butt in here and get the 2 money, and then that gives us 4 money in order to build a structure, which is going to be the medium cellar. So we'll go there, and we'll get our medium cellar, which is that one, I believe, and that just goes on a little playboard to indicate that that's what we built. So now we can fill this up with the level 4 to 6 wines. Okay, so we're done with summer, I believe. Yep, I think we're done with summer. We're accumulating quite a few of these bonus tokens. I think it's still worth holding on to them for the time being. We could actually use 2 of them now for both of these actions and get, so that should have gone out when we paid to build the structure, and get 2 money back. And then we'd only need 1 more tour and we could hire another worker. Well, we'll do 1 of them. We'll use 1 of them as a bonus, and we'll just get 1 back. So there's the extra money for that bonus there. And we'll hold on to the other one and see if we can't combo something together later on. So we're into fall, and again our choice of summer or winter visitors. I think we'll try summer this time. We'll see if we get anything from that. What is this one? Grape juice drinker. So we gain X money, where X is your current wake-up position, or discard 2 grapes to gain 3 points. That's pretty nice because we still have, if we look at the little track here, we still have the number 6 that we can use. Wake-up spot number 6. So we could get that next year, and then use this card to get 6 money, and that will be enough for pretty much almost every worker we need. Or possibly some more buildings. Yeah, so that's a good one to save until next year anyway, right? So that's good. So now we're into winter, and we have our AI actions. So it is going to take the one we wanted. That's a shame. So make up to 2 wine tokens. Well, that is the one we wanted to do. But we do have a workaround. Yep. So we are instead going to use our worker to come up to the play winter visitor card action. And we will play our motivator. And this allows us to retrieve our grande worker, which is just what we need to get in our action. So El Grande will come back. It is a retrieval rather than a train, so it comes back to our area ready to be used again, and he will go straight back out again to make up 2 wine tokens, possibly a 3rd if we want to use a bonus action. Well, maybe later on. We're fine at the moment because we can make up to 2 wine tokens, which is going to be the blush and the level 5 red. So these red and white ones will combine to make a level 6 blush. That one just goes away. And then this red one will come over to be a level 5 red all by itself, which is fine. And then that's the wines we need to accomplish both of these, which is good. So now we just need hopefully maybe a white wine order. Right, okay, so that's fine. So that was all our actions, and then we want to do the year end. So grapes and wine still age, so grape goes up to 6. Our red wine goes up to 6 as well. Our blush, however, cannot age up to 7 because we do not yet have the large cellar built. So it will stay where it is. It doesn't come off the board, it just stays where it is at level 6. So that's fine. We have no residual payments. We do want to retrieve our workers, however, so those guys will come back. And the ones for the AI as well. And then we are coming into the new year. So, as I said, if we now choose... Well, we could... No, I think it's probably best getting the maximum amount of money out of it. I was going to say we could still go for 5, because 5 would still be a respectable amount of coins, and we'd get a visitor card. But if we go for 6, we'll get a point and 1 more coin. So let's have a look. If we get 6, then we'll be at 7, and we can use 1 bonus action to get 1 coin back, which will put us to 8, which will be enough to train 2 workers. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So we will do the 6. We will go for wake up 6 and take off that bonus marker, and we'll get ourselves a point, which is nice, but not quite the reason why we took it. The AI will block off the builder structure, which is fine. We do not want to build any structures. That's quite fine with us. So one of our options now is going to be playing a summer visitor card, and we will go for the the only summer visitor card we have, which is a grape juice drinker. So we gain X money, where X is our current wake up position, so that's 6 money. We don't have the grapes to discard to get 3 points, that's fine. So that will go there, and then we get six money. Excellent. More than enough now. So let's grab a winter visitor card. Maybe that will help us into winter, we'll see. The Assessor, so gain 1 money for each card in our hand, or discard our hand. Minimum 1 card to gain 2 points. Well, we don't want to discard our hand because that would get rid of the valuable wine orders that we're trying to work towards. But getting even more money might be useful. We've got 2 more visitors to play around with, and we're going to use at least one of them to fill a wine order. Well, okay, and then one of them to train. So actually, we're not going to use that. Excuse me a second. Right. So actually, we're not going to use that winter visitor just yet, but he may well come into effect later on. We need more money, which is fine. So, into winter. AI is going to block off 1 action, which is play a winter visitor, so that's fine. That action will be blocked anyway. We could have worked around it, but that's fine as it is. Again, the Tuscany icon is donating action. We just ignore this turn, or this game. So now we're going to fill a wine order and train a person. So I'll spend 4 money to train another worker, and we will finally fill, halfway into the game, our first wine order. So let's go for the blush, because either one gets us the same amount of income. So we get 1 residual payment and 3 points for the blush, so we'll do that one. So that token comes off our wines. The order gets fulfilled and then discarded. we get 3 points, and we get 1 income there. And then we've got the other red one to work towards, and not that one probably, so we'll have to get some more wine orders and definitely harvest to get some more wine, to get some more grapes out. So cool, happy with that. So that was end of winter, so everything ages again, grapes just keep going up, but the wine stays where it is in the medium cellar. All workers get retrieved, so now we're at 4, which is very handy. Can really start rolling now. We do get 1 residual payment, because we are now at 1 on the track there. And then we come to the next year. So what we have available now is these 2 are not particularly worth anything at the moment, but Moor Visitors might be very useful, so we'll go for that. And we'll grab a summer visitor again because we're coming into summer now, so maybe we can use them straight away. Fruit dealer. Pay 4 coin, I think it's lira, I think we're using lira in this game, so pay 4 lira to place this card on our field. How do we harvest that field? Great, because we are actually going to harvest very soon. We do need to harvest several times in order to make this worth it for either the money or if we just want points. And we were going to try and save that money for training another worker, but we could use the assessor instead. Anyway, so that was our wake up card. The AI will come along and claim the planting action space. So now we have 4 workers to do a lot of stuff with. So one of them is definitely going to be harvesting fields. One of them is definitely going to be drawing wine order cards. That's 2. So potentially 2 to make use of the various summer visitors we have and winter visitors. Let's see. So okay, fine. If we take this guy and we come up to there and we place, what did I say? One was going to hire, one was going to harvest, and if we get to play that one, that will gain more coins for us because we're about to spend some now. So yes, or save the money and ensure that we can then train up both of our guys at points in the game. I'm not, maybe if we got that at the beginning of the game actually, then the return on it might have been worth it. But I'm not 100% convinced now that the return this late in the game is going to be worth it, because we're going to get at least 1 harvest, so it's worth 1 point, but possibly no more than that. I don't know. So in that case then, we will save this guy and maybe draw some more grape cards then, some more vineyard cards, because if we can harvest this one and we get another wine in it, obviously we'll get more wine, grapes out of it. We've got, you know what, I'm going to actually save everyone for the time being for winter. So we're going to draw wine orders, we're going to harvest a field, we're going to hire a worker, train a worker, and play a winter visitor card. So yeah, I think actually saving everyone for winter will probably be worth it. Some spaces will get blocked off. Hopefully we'll be able to make it work anyway. We shall see. So we'll come into fall and we'll get ourselves a winter visitor. The exotic fruit dealer, pay X to gain 1 grape of value X on your crush pad. Okay, that's not too bad if we need a grape and therefore a wine very quickly. So AI is going to block off. That is very fortuitous. Just the 1 winter option, which is harvesting a field, which we can again work around with El Grande. That's perfect. So we have 4 guys to do 4 actions. So training, drawing cards, playing, and El Grande will come and harvest for us. Or, well, we don't have to do it in. We don't have to put them all out at once. We can space it out somewhat. So let's not jump ahead just yet. Let's do drawing wine orders first, and we'll figure out what we need to do based on that. So if we draw wine orders, we will spend one of our bonus beads to draw 2. So 1 and a 2. And we are going to need to draw down. So let's have a look. So we're going to need, that's not too bad at all actually, we'll get that filled pretty comfortably I think. That one is about as good as this one I think, in that it's not likely to get filled anytime soon, which is unfortunate. So those are the ones we can do, those are the ones that are going to be a bit too tough for us, and then we've got some visitors here. And that is our limit of 7, so we need to use some of these. And that red should be there. So actually, if we can fill an order as well, because we have that one that's waiting to be filled. So we definitely want to harvest. So we'll come in with El Grande and we'll harvest. And we'll harvest again both of these. So again, we use a bonus token. So this is what we've been basically saving them for, is stuff like this. So now we'll harvest both fields. We'll get ourselves a level 1 red, a level 1 white, and a level 3 red, and a level 3 white. We're going to want to fill an order. So we will fill this one that's been sitting around for a while. So we've got the level 5 red wine, which gives us 2 points, and then the payment. So that goes up there. We take off this bead here. So that was 2 points, up to 5, and then round to there. So now we have one more guy, and we'll probably spend the money to train someone else. Yeah, that seems pretty good. So we'll do that. We will train, yes, another worker for 4 coins. And that was a successful year, I think. So, grey pages. So all these bump up, including this one that's at the top there. We really need to use that somehow, I think. More wine orders, which now means we have the, provided we can fill the wine token, provided we can make the wine tokens, we now have the perfect ages for that particular order. What we do, I was going to say, we do have the wines for this. We are overusing it very slightly, because basically we're going to have a level 8 that's going to be somewhat wasted. But we could do another harvest, and therefore one more age, and get this out maybe. We'll see. This one, well, actually, if we do another harvest, we could get both of these. Harvest and an age, and then it's just making the wine tokens that's a problem. We'll see. We will see. So, where was I? So we've aged. We're going to retrieve workers. Like so. We're going to collect residual payments. We get 2 now. Very nice. AI workers need to come back as well. That's back at the top. We are still at less than 7. We're at 6, so just less than 7, so we don't have to discard any cards. And now we are in a new year. So, well, we may as well go for that, simply because why not? Maybe we'll get something that we desperately want to use vintage-wise out of it. What's that? Level 1 red. So we could place that there. Be an action to do so. We'll see. We'll think about that. AI is going to block actions. It's going to block not the Tuscany one, just the drawing a new vineyard card. That's fine. So we now want to do quite a bit of actions, and we have the workers to do them. So in winter we're going to want to fill a wine order. Right, well actually, completing... I just realised if we fill this wine order, we won't have the wines to fill these two, and these are possibly the more beneficial. We definitely want to draw more wine orders, so that's at least one for more wine orders. Although we could play this exotic fruit dealer to get an X level grape out, which will help us with completing wines. So let's see, if we use a bonus for making up to 2 wine tokens, that would be the 3 wines that we need to complete one of these orders. And we are at a level 4 and a level 2 of either white and red. So if we pay X, X is 3, can we get another money from somewhere? Give a tour. We could play 2 Winter Visitor cards, which would actually get us more than enough money, and that would require a bonus. So bonus for the Winter Visitor card usage, bonus for the making the 3 wine tokens in that case, and then filling a wine order would be a 3rd one. So playing Winter Visitors, making up to 3 wine tokens, filling a wine order, which leaves us with 2 workers left over. So another harvest and more wine draws, so that'll be those 2, which means we don't need to plant this particular card just yet. And okay, well, we'll have a look at that and we'll see how it shakes out. I could be horribly overthinking my strategy here, and it's all going to fall apart when the AI comes and blocks everything I want to do. But we'll see how it works out. So we're going to not do anything in summer, we're going to skip summer, we'll come to fall, we'll get ourselves another Winter Visitor, just in case he can help. So we get to discard wine or grapes or wine to gain a point and residual income. Not too shabby, but not what we're looking for just yet, I think. So now we come to winter, and the AI is going to mess everything up. What's he doing? Drawing and filling orders. Yes, probably. Okay, so that one and that one. We can work around some of these, I believe. So if we use El Grande to fill the order we need, and then we'll have to draw next year and hopefully grab something important, maybe, we'll see. So what we're going to do first of all is play Winter Visitor cards. Excuse me a second. Right, okay. So we're going to play Winter Visitor cards. We can do these in any order. So we're going to utilise our bonus to play 2 of them. So first one is the Assessor, and it states that we gain 1 coin for each card in our hand. So basically, because we are mid-turn, we don't have to be at the limit of 7. So we have still in our hand, because we played a card, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to get 7 coins. Which is a chunk of money. If only we could turn that into points somehow. Anyway, so that was our first card. The second one we're going to play is the Exotic Fruit Dealer. So we pay X to gain 1 grape of value X on our crush pad. We are going to need a level 3, either red or white, doesn't matter. So may as well be a red, because we actually do have the white, even if we have to use our level 8 there for the other order. So we're going to pay 3 coins to gain a level 3 red onto our crush pad, as so. So that one is also out. So that was that one. We're now going to make up to, and this marker should have gone off, make up to 3 wine orders, 3 wine tokens, again 2 as per the normal action and then 1 because we're going to use the bonus token. And that will be basically clearing out our entire red crush pad to make all those lovely wines. So that's all of those. We will then jump in with El Grande and fill that particular wine order, which we have there. So that is 4 points, 1 residual payment, and all these wines are cleared off to the buyer. That goes away. So we have some money left. We could do a final train. Not with him, sorry. We've got 2 here, so we could do a final train and get our last worker out. We could harvest. I like the sound of those, and in fact those are the only 2 options we have available to us in winter. So we will pay 4 to train up our final worker, and then we will harvest just the 1 field. We can't do 2 because we don't have the bonus, so it will be in fact, what did we do? We made up to 2 wine tokens. No, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so it will be this field because it's got the better grapes coming from it. So we'll get a level 3 and a level 3. And that is fine. So we now have the whites we need to make up this wine order, which will get us 4 points. We don't have any others, unfortunately, to get us more than that at the moment. And we can only make up enough wine tokens to do 1 order, possibly 2 if we're lucky with the wine order draws. We'll see. Might be worth. Actually, we could still use the motor at some point and get us a point that way by discarding an unwanted grape or an unwanted wine. Well, options for the next year. So we're at the year end. Everything is going to age. So that ages. All these white grapes age. We come back to get our plethora of workers, plus the AI ones. We get 3 money as per the payment track, and then we are forced to do the final startup wake up spot action, which is the one that gets us nothing but still gets us a bonus. And then the AI will come in summer and plant some fields and sell grapes and or fields. Fair enough. So planting, selling, that's fine, we don't mind that. So let's see. Right, we want more wine orders. In fact, I think we're probably going to want to, what have we got, 5 money. So can we build something to generate more stuff? Points perhaps. Tasting room gets us a point if we do a vineyard tour, but that's not worth it. We have got the money, and that would take an action to do the tour as well. I think probably going to skip out summer entirely. The fruit dealer, we're not going to harvest fields again, I believe, so it's not worth planting this out, although we have an abundance of workers, so I don't think we're going to use all of them on every single space in winter, so it may just be worth spending 1 anyway to play the fruit dealer, but we might get a winter visitor which uses money better than the fruit dealer. We'll hopefully get a better winter visitor. Yes, alright, so we're going to skip summer, we're going to go to fall, and we'll get our winter visitor card. The Grape Ice Inventor. Pay 1 money to gain a level red or white level 4 on your crush pad, or pay this as a summer visitor to discard. Okay, no points for that unfortunately, which is what I was really hoping for. But we could get a level 4 red. Well, the level 4 spots are filled, so if you have to, or if you want to get a level grape of a space that's filled, it actually just goes to the next one down. So it would just be a level 3 red in this case, or a level 2 white. So maybe not worth doing the Grape Ice Inventor. So we're done with the fall. We got a card from it. We come along to winter. The AI draws a card. It is doing the playing a winter visitor action, which is fine because we probably aren't going to do that anyway. If we want to do that, we can come in with El Grande and take over. So now we have winter visitors. Well, let's go and spend 1 worker to draw a wine order card. See if we get something useful. We can fill this wine order, but not 2. So basically we can fill any one of the remaining wine orders we have. Yep, so we can do this one. We've got the no, we cannot do that one. I tell a lie, because we do not have the large cellar, which means we can put level 7 blushes in there. We don't have the large cellar, so we cannot put a level 7 blush in there. So this one is wasted to us. So it's just basically these ones, and of those, this is the greater yield points wise. So we'll go for that one. Which means we need to take a worker and make up to 3 wines in this case with our bonus token. So we'll take our various white grapes there and transfer them into the wine cellars. So that's that. We'll then come along and fill the order, and it was this one after all. So all these wines get sold off. We get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 residual payment. And then we have 3 more actions to do, but unfortunately none of them get me any points. Well, no, that's not entirely true. We can come in with El Grande and take over the play 1 Winter Visitor action. And the Winter Visitor we will do is the promoter. So we'll discard a grape or a wine where we have some to discard. So we'll get rid of that level 5 red grape to get 1 point and 1 income. So our income is now, or our residual payments are now maxed. Cannot progress past level past 5. And we get another point. And that promoter is gone from the game. We have 2 more workers left. Unfortunately, I don't believe there's anything we can do meaningfully in order to get more points. Can't play the fruit dealer, and we can't therefore harvest to get points. So it might have been worth playing it in the summer, but never mind. And the Grape Inventor doesn't get us any points anyway, so we'll skip doing that. And we can't fulfill any more wine orders, so this wine order is out. And that is it, I believe. So we will pass for the rest of our actions, and that will be the end of the game. So unfortunately, we are just shy, well, a fair bit shy actually, of the 20 points or the 21 points we needed to clear the AI marker. But all is not lost. Basically what happens if you fail a challenge game, a campaign game, you get 1 bonus bead comparable to the number of games that you failed. So for example, if I was 4 games in on this particular challenge, then I would get 4 glass beads as bonus actions that I can then use in my 5th game to try and beat it and move on to the next challenge. So as it is, this was my first attempt and I failed. So in my next game at the same challenge, so it will be the one where I get 3 vineyard cards instead of a mama card, So for that next game, I will get one more bonus action that will come into my stockpile, and then I can then use to help my actions, as well as the normal 7 that you get for doing the yearly startup. So that's how that works. So we didn't win the game, but next game will be slightly easier with one more bonus action. Hopefully we'll get it and then progress to the next challenge. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again next time.